What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. And just note the first comment from the viewers. This starts with a cameo. And Chantal, people are done seeing you eat. We've seen it. And to be blunt, no one trusts you. You talk all the time about your bed, your addiction to foods, and it shows. You said yesterday that you hate eggs. The first thing we see you making today is an egg. Metal on nonstick. Tell us how often you cook. We then see her sitting down to eat, talking about her medicine, her vitamins. Says she's trying to not eat fast food, and then instantly dials back and says, well, not as much. I want you to imagine that you can't drive. Imagine you don't understand the language where you live. And let's say you might not even have access to your bank account. How difficult would it be for you to get fast food, to get takeout? Because that's very much where Chantal is. And against all odds, she's still getting Arby's. We then see her, making the breakfast. Cheese, oil. She said that she's going to eat every few hours. Understand, to avoid problems and not order takeout. Because Chantal, as always, thinks homemade is healthy. Chantal, homemade is only as healthy as you are willing to make it. The reason most people presume that homemade is healthy is because they have control of the ingredients. But we see you adding tons of butter, tons of oil. You don't have that self-control. That's why you're buying 5 sticks of butter every 3 to 4 weeks when we look at your grocery hauls. The second meal, it's in a serving dish. This reminds me of the old, I'm just going to drink half the bottle and then, you drink the whole thing and you say, oh, well, I was just going to drink the bottom half and I had to get through the top half to get to where I wanted. Every meal, Chantal, cannot have pickles and cheese. More so if you know it's an issue. Was not this part of, addressing the problems you have? And I'm not saying that you can't have these foods. If you enjoy pickles, if you enjoy cheese, that's fine. But turn those into a snack that you enjoy, that you indulge on their own, not a side dish to accompany food you're passively eating. And this serving dish is, I think, another big part of the problem because you constantly have to fill this plate. A smaller plate may visually help you understand how much you eat. And of course, she says, in addition to all this, a grocery order is coming. And this is, I assume, working into her live stream, where she said she's going to get healthy things like chicken breasts so she can make chicken salad sandwiches. And again, how much mayonnaise are these sandwiches going to have? She then admits she's not going to count calories right now, that she's just focusing on eating full, satisfying meals every few hours to not overeat junk or order takeout. And it's so amazing to me that she's entering with this mindset. She's saying this as she's filming. And we see that she's helpless. Eating, if we're being honest, a meal for at least 2 people, if not 3. And she thinks this is doing good because she didn't get fast food. She made this herself. I'm going to say, in all reality, this meal could have more calories than fast food. And this is why everyone tells her, you need actual help. You need someone to help you. It may only be available through inpatient. You need a dietitian, Chantal. You have proven time and time again you can't do this on your own. And now that you're sitting here projecting out this plan that you have, it's completely illogical. The solution to not eating a 2,000 calorie breakfast from Burger King is not substituting that with a 2,000 calorie lunch that you made yourself. And you've came on here time and time again and you've said, a huge part of this is limiting myself is never good. And so many of us, myself included, are just baffled by why you can't learn as an adult to control your urges and your cravings and understand that you can have all these things, right? You can have a 500-calorie sandwich from Burger King, like the chicken junior that you loved so much yesterday. It was your favorite part of the meal. And then a properly portioned dinner of spaghetti, meatballs. You could have a snack of cheese. You could have a snack of a pickle. You could have the best of both worlds. You would need to find a way to work that into your diabetes regimen. But it seems a lot of times you just want to eat in volume, right? You just want to eat the amount, not so much the actual food. That's why there's bonus sandwiches, backup sandwiches, free food. At the 11-minute and 35-second mark, she starts lamenting what she's going to have for dinner. I've said a lot, it doesn't seem like she respects the food that's in front of her, because as she passively eats, her mind is already working ahead to what's next. Like the food is an accomplishment, it's a goal. The goal is to eat this spaghetti and meatballs. Well, now that we've had this goal, we have to think about the next goal. What's for dessert? And she says, if they order out, it's not going to be fast food. Chantal, you have to understand, and Sala, as an adult should understand, ordering takeout is ordering takeout. Just because you're ordering, from Wilma's Wild Walk doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's better than Burger King. These places are in the business of keeping you ordering food. They want to make good food. But to her, this is a quote, is working on the food part because she doesn't want to become overwhelmed. And then once she works on this part, then she's going to start to build good habits. The problem is none of this is a good habit. None of this is a healthy habit. She then moves into snacks, where she admits she had too much. Sala's sunflower seeds. It's funny to me because months ago, she said, these barbecue sunflower seeds, they have to be out of the house. She can't trust herself with them. And this just proves everything that is purchased for Sala, whether it's the Dino Nuggies, whether it's the juice, whether it's the seeds, it ends up being snacks for her. And there was a point where he was willing to say, listen, don't order this stuff because you can't have it. And she says, no, I'll challenge myself with it. Bring it in. Bring on my cravings. Chantal, you, again, can't be trusted with this food. This is why so many people say inpatient is the only answer. We also instantly defeat the purpose of, quote, eating every few hours to avoid cravings or problems by having snacks. And it honestly makes me wonder, how much of this is true hunger? How much is this her body saying, hey, I'm hungry, I need food, apart from her mind is bored and she occupies boredom by eating? I mean, let's be honest, she has no real interaction. She asks so many questions during her videos to her audience. It's almost like she just passes the time with food. Then she says, watching something, it makes it difficult to not want a snack. Chantal, then don't watch something. Don't sit and watch TV if you know, hey, this is something that creates a problem for me. Go for a walk. Go to the gym. Go to the pool. Learn to appreciate the time that you have watching something on TV, and then maybe you won't feel the need to subsidize that with snacking while you watch. And of course, after this, it's more snacking. Popcorn, sorbet. I honestly, at this point, thought that was going to be the end of the video, but she finishes the day with more food. Beans, rice, fried chicken. But it's air fried, so it's okay. She then, during the course of this video, determines, well, this is just going to be a no fast food challenge. But knows that she overdid it with these snacks. Chantal, if that was the case, if you're sitting there now, filming this, editing this, and in hindsight you're saying, hey, I knew this was too much, why didn't you stop preparing all that food when you were making it? When you were making those beans? When you were making that rice, which, by the way, she says is coated in butter and oil, why weren't you telling yourself, hey, I overdid it today. I'm not going to make this dinner. I'm going to leave it at these snacks. But instead to Chantal, she's just not used to following a structure when eating. So tomorrow is just another day, another opportunity. She then signs off with the plate, hopefully not fully ate. Chantal, I'm going to be honest with you. I know that a lot of people probably aren't in your family and in your life, but you don't have a lot of more of tomorrows to restart. You don't have a lot of time to quote, build these healthy habits. You have to go now. It needs to be 100% commitment. You can't take baby steps anymore because when you walk, you're taking baby steps because you can't do anything other than baby steps. You can't make a full stride. You, a couple months ago, said you were terrified to eat. Remember? You were scared of food. You were praying for one more opportunity, and look at what you've done with it. If this truly was, and there will be a final opportunity, we don't know when, but there will be. If this was the last opportunity and you look back, are you happy with how you treated this last chance? Do you feel like you gave it your all? Because I can tell you, looking at you, you haven't. This isn't trying. This is just you justifying. This is just you, again, wanting someone to pat one of your backs. It's not going to be this community. And from the looks of it, it's getting to be less and less of your Beezers. I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. I appreciate you watching this one. And just like Chantal, starting that diet tomorrow, I'll be back as soon as I can with more commentary.
This is the ugliest woman in girl world. Are you going to be offended? Your punishment is embarrassment and shame.